Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the one type of X-ray tube called as grid controlled X-ray tubes. So what is this grid controlled X-ray tubes? This is the conventional X-ray tube. In the conventional X-ray tube, we have a cathode and we have an anode. And there are switches which are used to initiate and stop the exposure of this tube to high voltages. Okay, but in grid controlled X-ray tubes, this X-ray tube itself contains its own switch so that the X-ray tube can switch on and switch on, that is, can turn on and turn off rapidly. So there is two electrodes. We have a cathode, that is the first electrode. We have an anode, which is the second electrode, and there is third electrode, which is used in grid controlled X-ray tube, is actually the focusing cup. This focusing cup is the third electrode which is used in grid controlled X-ray tube. Normally, in conventional X-ray tube, this focusing cup is connected to the filament. So, when focusing cup is connected to the filament, there is negative charge in the focusing cup. So, as a result, this focusing cup will prevent the spreading of electrons from each other, and thus they will help in focusing the electrons at a particular point so that the electrons can travel uh, towards the anode and they can hit the anode at a particular point. Then in grid controlled in normal conventional X-ray tube, the focusing cup and also the filament, both these have a voltage of approximately similar. But if you see in a grid controlled X-ray tube, the in a grid controlled X-ray tube, if we see in a grid controlled X-ray tube, the voltage potential, the this focusing cup is kept an electrically negative when compared to the filament. So when the focusing cup is kept electrically negative, is placed electrically negative when compared to the filament, there is an voltage between this focusing cup and the filament, right? So this electrons between the focusing cup and filament will produce an electric field between the focusing cup and filament, and this electron field is present at the path of the electron beam. So this electric field will again pushes the electrons to even closer towards each other. So this pushes the electrons even closer towards each other. So when the voltage is made large enough, the tube current, even if we remove the tube current, a voltage can, when the voltage is completely removed, when the tube current is, when the voltage is made very large enough, the tube current may be completely lost so that no electrons will flow from the cathode to anode. Now voltage is applied between the focusing cup and the filament, and whenever the voltage is applied between focusing cup and filament, this will act as a switch, and this will turn off and turn on depending upon our requirements. So in grid controlled X-ray tube, one important thing is this focusing cup will act as a switch on and switch off. So this is about the focusing cup.